Welcome to the Dr.Z NFT podcast with your host Waxwars with Gordon and Matt Gazer.
Yay!
Nice, bud. How you doing?
Happening.
How's everyone
Hey.
doing today?
Yes, doing well. How's Rolf?
Well, we're in Honolulu. I don't know if anyone's seen the news, but there's like a river going down Waikiki. We got about 20 inches of rain over the last 24 hours, so it's kind of crazy over here.
Yeah, Matt was saying the weather's a bit crazy where you are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I read that I read that you guys had a blizzard or something.
That's on the Big Island. People go skiing on the Big Island, but here in down at sea level, I probably should get a kayak. Luckily, I'm on the third floor, but I'm glad I'm not on the first floor.
Yeah.
Really? Is there flooding down there?
Just Google Waikiki flooding. It's like literally like 3 feet of water just going down the main street of Waikiki.
Oh
wow,
that's crazy.
Sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. So is it like washing
happens.
out all the Is it washing out all the beaches or something, or what?
I mean, the beaches are probably fine. It's just the rain is coming down from the mountains.
Oh,
Yeah.
And stuff. So
Wow.
Crazy.
I didn't leave the house yesterday. Yesterday, a normal day for me is take my kids to soccer practice, to training on the pitch, and the coach was like, "Don't even try coming down here." So
That's wild.
I just stayed inside yesterday.
Well, let's inform people about what we have going here. I'd say first on the list that we can start with is the exciting news that we have a major venture capitalist firm very interested in potentially funding our project. Rolf, did you want to talk a little bit about that since that connection came from you and your sister?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of shopping around to see different funding sources, and we're talking with one group right now, but I know we have different leads with different groups and stuff to see if we can, we're doing this on our own. We're using our own money, and like Matt and I haven't taken any salary this whole year. Like we literally just wanted to take the whole year and put it all into this project. And we have multiple projects with a TV series, 2 video games, and then also the NFT stuff. So we're looking to get some more funding to kind of expand our team and to get the to kind of speed up and ramp up all these different projects we want to do, just to bring this awesome content to the fans.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The venture capitalist firm was, I believe, a lead through your sister. And if she's ever listens to our podcast, I just want to personally thank her so much for giving us that opportunity. They are complete. What's interesting is they're completely sold on the vision. They're actually they understand our budget now, which is pretty cool. And now we're just like putting together hiring plans and things like that. And like a white paper explaining the game, explaining the roadmap, all these things. But as those come online, we'll give them to those guys, and I guess we'll make a formulated decision whether or not we want to move forward with them. But yeah, the idea of injecting a lot of capital into the project can just expand the team, expedite the amount of work that is needed to be done right now. It's kind of daunting, the amount of work that needs to actually physically be done, right? So
Yeah.
Our budget we're very grateful that we even have a budget, and thanks to the fans for buying our NFTs and allowing that to even happen in the first place this year. It's been used wisely.
It's been an amazing year. Yeah, it's been an amazing year, and I can't wait to. Well, something we've been working on for a little bit here. It took a little longer than I think we expected, but we've got this Huddle God reward pack coming soon. Which, just seeing some of the assets, I think people will be really happy to see these unique assets going along with that.
Yeah. And how does that work again? So people are going to be blending the artwork and NFTs that they collected the first round to get these more rare reward cards, correct? And packs?
Yeah. We'll be putting all the details out, but basically you would burn a set, and then burning a set of the 15 cards will produce a special reward pack that has all these unique items inside. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone reads the story before they burn it. Hopefully they have more than one pack, and they can
Well, it seems
push
like
forward with some.
most people are collecting multiple sets, just to
Yeah.
have a set,
One to
you
have,
know,
one to play with. Yeah, that's really
exactly,
Yeah.
cool. So one
exactly.
thing Gordon said he was going to do in this podcast is overlay the micro mech suit rings that rotate. Our great technical artist Adrian has done some fantastic code to set up a very important part of the story in the adventure series as well as in the 3D game, where Dr. Zammsy has to shrink down to the micro realm with his suit. And the way he does that is these rings rotate and create a vortex that shrinks him down. Well, we actually have a physical example, a test of what that would look like. And it's very bare bones. It's like, a proxy model with animation, but you can get the idea that, once all the final assets are in, once all the final effects are in, it's going to be a pretty cool experience.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, especially because Adrian's just worked so hard on like coding that specific setup and mechanic within the rings so that we can also just adjust the speed and the velocity, and if the rings want to stretch or go in and out, we can change different effects for that. So
Pretty
yeah, I
wild.
mean, like we were talking about earlier, how Adrian is just like me, a Swiss Army knife, and he's doing level design, shader work, VFX work, coding, programming, implementation, collisions.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's just doing so much stuff. So yeah.
Every single person on this team is running so many hats at the same time. It's
Yep.
it's wild. But
Yep.
if we get that venture capital, if we can just continue to grow our sales, we can expand the team, and that alleviates a lot of extra time on our hands, where we can then focus on the really cool stuff for each and every one of us and make it really
Yep.
sweet. So
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
seeing this too is a very important part of the story. So, just having Matt and I and the team sort of imagine what it would be like for this micro suit to shrink down, and then to actually see that story element that's just a really
working.
important
Yeah.
part of the story, to actually see it happen is
Yep.
it's really nice,
it's
kind of
magical. It's pretty
satisfying
cool.
to see it come to life.
Yeah. And that's just one thing out of like hundreds of things that we want to make and do in the world.
The whole lab, like his office, the greenery, like the forest bit at the back of his lab where he grows his plants and stuff. Like,
yeah, the arboretum.
So it's like, I remember when my mum years ago talked about reading The Lord of the Rings for the first time and then seeing the films eventually, and then she was trying to obviously have a vision of what the world would look like in Middle Earth, but then when it all came to fruition because of Peter Jackson, then that was where the crazy moment was of like, oh my god, this is what it looks like. It looks so different in my head. And Matt and Rolf will be the same because they've been planning this world on paper for so long, but then never physically started to think about how the rings would spin or how the stuff would shrink, or even how the Kaderscope would look once it was in a three-dimensional perspective.
Totally.
So yeah,
that amongst like hundreds of other props. One thing Adrian was really awesome about recently is during Black Friday, during Thanksgiving, he suggested all these like packs that are like Victorian interiors that you buy. And with that comes all these like interior assets that you can then skin, change to fit the look of our project. But it speeds up the process of actually skinning everything and making the whole laboratory come to life, So we're very excited about that. Yeah, it's coming along. And then even just getting the MedBot in there and kind of assisting you with tutorials on like how to start the rings system, on how to shrink the mech suit, how to walk around, to test different things. It's going to be a fun experience.
Speaking of MedBots, on Friday we had a drop with this mini MedBot, and so if you were in our Discord or in Telegram, you would have seen this. Our latest drop was our little friend C80, and how he helps Dr. Zammsy while he's drinking his morning tea at the cafe.
The most Star Wars thing I've ever seen Matt draw in my life was that droid. Like as soon as I saw it, it was like something straight out of Lucas. I was like, oh my god! Like it just the whole design of it just screamed Star Wars. So it was so cool.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of influence there. We're not copying that world by any means, but the idea of bringing robots that are incorporated into the story in a Victorian fantasy world is very different.
Yeah.
But who doesn't love robots? I mean, it's,
Yeah, I mean, you worked.
Yeah.
I mean, your whole dream for years and years was to work on Star Wars, and then you did at one point. So, like, it's going to be hard to ever shake that influence, right? So, I mean, you can
yeah,
see when you draw stuff like that, it's obviously going to draw from that part of your brain. So,
totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I guess you could say I was never given enough opportunities to actually design robots for Star Wars. So this is my chance to
yeah,
do it for ourselves.
yeah,
Yeah. But
100%. Yeah.
speaking of that about characters, I was having a conversation with Josh Rose, our production manager for the card game and also for the 3D adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
He was discussing this idea where you would collect an NFT of a character, and based on its mint, you would only be allowed a certain amount of time with that character, and then if someone else came in with a lower mint, they could override your ability to play that character for a little bit. Obviously, we'd have other characters that you could collect
Mm-hmm.
as NFTs, unlock in the game, and play full time. But like maybe some of our superhero characters, like Dr. Zammsy himself, would only be tailored to maybe mint 1 through 50, right? And
Mm-hmm.
depending on who's playing and who's got the lowest mint, they get the opportunity to actually play that character. It was just an idea. It's kind of cool to think what we can do with NFTs and how they can unlock things in the game.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Yeah, I mean, like I was
yeah.
talking to Matt about that as well. How Nintendo drove this whole toys to life thing after Skylanders, and they had these things called amiibos, which is one thing I've got in front of me here. I was showing Matt earlier, and they had a base. There were characters from Nintendo games, but they had a base that uses NFC technology that you can touch to your phone usually, but then you would touch it to the console, and it would unlock powers or power ups or weapons for the people inside the game. I said it'd be cool if like we could physically build those versions of the cards that had the surrounds for people to hold and own at one point, like as collectibles, and then they could, if they tapped them or scanned them with their phone or put them in their computer, like you even have like a reader that plugged into your USB drive, and then you could actually physically stick cards into your computer. You know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that would be really cool to extend the world beyond the game. So yeah,
Oh, totally. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, the idea that
Nice.
you collect an NFT and unlock a character, that's new. No one's ever done
yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
but I also want to switch gears too a little bit about the documentary. Rolf, do you
Oh
want to
yeah.
tell what's going on there?
Yeah, so John Helms, the director of our this documentary that we did of our entire first series, sort of from the concepts to the final sale day, that is coming along. We have kind of the first teaser trailer that hopefully we can share with everybody. We were able to share a little snippet of Matt doing a sketch, like a sketch with some cool music. But we have
Yep.
more of a full teaser trailer that hopefully we can share with you guys this week.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually downloaded the trailer, and you can too, Rolf. You were CC'd on that email, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can put that up on YouTube today, and we can get people the link to it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
sounds
We could
awesome.
put it in the. I'll try and if you guys send me, I can put it in the episode as well. So you guys, so hopefully, should be seeing the trailer now while we're talking in the background.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice, awesome.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
I
Is that full documentary coming out? I think it's sometime soon. Then.
We
I
hope.
mean,
It just
we
depends
hope.
on
Yeah.
our buddy John Helms, who you know did all the animation for our NFTs. So if you have an animated NFT of ours,
Mm-hmm.
John Helms had a hand in that. He,
Mm-hmm.
he's got a regular job and stuff, and so he's doing this in his spare time. So
Yeah.
we're doing as much as we can to push him and get
Mm-hmm.
it because we really want to see the final product.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have
Yeah, I
to.
think even Rolf suggested to him that, hey, do you need an editor that you could
Mm-hmm.
direct to get it done?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it takes. I mean, we'd prefer John to do it. I'm sure you'll find the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, these things are like, this is a sweet moment in history with NFTs. And as far as I know, there aren't a lot of documentaries out yet. I'm sure they're being
Mm-hmm.
made, but we could
Yeah.
be one of the first. So it really is
Yeah.
crucial that we get it done and get it in the can. Otherwise, we
The
miss
only
the boat
thing
on something with the lead.
The only thing I've seen on TV that had to do with NFTs was right after the Beeble crap sale. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday Night Live did a skit about NFTs. They did like a kind of a
Yeah.
mock you, like one of
Mentoring.
those.
Yeah.
They did one of those sort of those music videos, but it was sort of
Right.
like a play on NFTs and stuff. It was pretty well done. But that's the
Yeah.
That's
only thing I've
cool.
seen, I feel like, in media, like on
Mhm.
mainstream media, that's talked about NFTs.
I
I mean,
believe
like
I
Gary
saw
Vee never
something
shuts up.
on. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Gary V's never shut up about them since they started like hitting the market. So media wise, they've been on that kind of side of it. But yeah, I know what you mean.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
there's
mean,
NFTs on all the sort of side little channels, and I
Oh,
mean, I didn't even know who Gary Vee was until now. I know he's a huge guy, but I'm talking about like
yeah.
SNL is like a major network,
Oh
where
yeah, yeah, yeah,
grandmas in Oklahoma who only have just a radio dish on their, or
yeah,
they're just picking up the airwaves, can watch about
yeah,
NFTs. So that's when we
right,
know.
right. Yeah,
That's
we
when you know
hope to
it's
get on Netflix or something, and then that way the
yeah.
world can learn what it's like to build a
yeah,
project in this space, and you know, be pretty cool.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, but I don't know. We were
But then
talking
is
also. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was going to say, is that the case though? That because obviously the project isn't finished yet, but would John try and follow us through the stages of making it towards the end? Would that be the idea eventually?
Yeah, he would, produce it, get it into festivals. He has huge contacts to Disney,
Mm,
Pixar, and
mm,
Netflix and Peacock
mm,
and stuff like that. So the chances for us to present it to these streaming services and maybe get it
mm.
on there is pretty good. I mean, the
Cool.
level of networking that we have at our fingertips is great. We
Hmm.
just need to have something final,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah,
can push that as hard as we want, and we will.
cool,
So just see
nice,
where it
Yeah,
goes.
no,
Yeah, I
cool.
mean,
that'll be helpful with raising funds too, is to show the documentary or at least snippets of it. Part of a good little
I
kind
can only
of
Yeah,
who
imagine
we
sales
are.
going up. Yeah.
yeah.
Also, we
Every
want to
time.
let. Oh,
Oh no, sorry,
sorry, keep
sorry, man. I'm
interrupting.
sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm so terrible. I was just going to
No,
say really quickly. Every time a week goes by, more and more of my industry friends are like, oh, dude, like that Zammsy project you worked on. It's pretty awesome. Like, it's going to be out soon. Like, where can we see more about it? And it just every week it goes by, people seem to be, getting more and more interested in what I'm doing. So yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, we a lot of things to discuss. They're always evolving and changing. We connected with a huge network called Benzinga. They're kind of like one tier down from like CNBC, Bloomberg for crypto, and
hmm
they offered us a marketing package that if we paid for that would offer. They have like 70 million people that follow their channels,
okay,
and it's all kind of crypto related. So
hmm
and stock related kind of. So I
hmm
think when we do big pushes like that, once we have some really great content that we know is going to drop. I mean, we have great content dropping every week, but I'm just saying like
yeah,
a big moment, like it's either an announcement of the game, or
hmm
we have a set 3 that we're going to launch or something.
hmm
We can utilize this channel and really blow the lid and potentially get some whales coming in and really spending some cash, which would be really
hmm
cool. So,
yeah.
um,
A weird thing as well. Just
Makes
I was going
sense.
to drop this in because people have been talking about it in the Discord, and I think Rolf would have to set up an email specifically for it. But a lot of people are asking if they can in any way, shape, or form contribute to the project. Um, so I think if we get something at one point, like like an info at Fabricated Madness or some kind of email like that, um, or maybe even if we get it past this interview, I'll put it in the show notes. But yeah, people have been asking, if they were professionals themselves or they want to contribute in some way, could they get involved? And I think there's always opportunity for that. So yeah, we'll try and set up something
I mean,
for you
like
guys. Yeah,
right now, I would say, Gordon, you're our HR department too.
yeah,
So, I'd say like, you've even created a great catalog on Notion.com where
yeah,
people can, or where you're cataloging all the people we're interested in potentially contacting. And
yeah,
just
yeah.
if people reach out to you and they show
Mm,
interest, just put that
mm,
in there, explain what they do.
yeah,
Right now, our budget is holding together. Okay.
mm,
We're definitely not underwater.
mm,
The ship is sailing.
mm.
Um, it's definitely on the high seas right now. We're good.
Yeah,
We're away
yeah.
from land, but
Mm,
in order to cross the Atlantic, and get to the other side, we need a lot more cash in the bank.
yeah,
And then when that happens, we can absolutely look into everyone that's interested,
yeah.
review who they are, their
Mm-hmm.
talent, their skills, and then talk about hiring them. So I suspect moving into the next year, we're going to be hiring a lot of people. I mean, it's going to be huge.
Yeah. People have even reached out to me and said something like, "Oh, I've got this great idea for a collaboration," or like some people that I know that want to get involved. And if that's the case, probably the easiest thing to do is, if you can, because the links are all in the description, and of course within the YouTube family, you'll find the Discord buttons as well. But if you join the Discord, you can usually reach out to us on the Discord as well, or ping us, and we're happy always to check out if you have any advice or stuff you want to show us. Even if you ping us, and we might even start maybe a collaboration channel or some channel on the Discord that people could leave either links or things they think would help the project. Because I've had people reaching out to me. Even an artist the other day who was like, it was funny. He was trying to do some 3D art, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I might have a go at one of the scopes or one of." I was like, "Yeah, man, just fire in," because he used Blender and he was wanting to just try. And he came back to me a couple of days later and he was like, "Dude, I have no idea how you do it." I tried to make something.
Anybody who wants to be a part of this should get into our Telegram or Discord and just get in the general chat. I mean, because we're in there, we're usually good about responding to anybody who has a question or wants to know what's going on. Like
if people are inspired,
all kinds of people.
Yeah. If people are inspired by what we're doing and they want to show the work that they're doing that's related to Dr. Zammsy, dude, share it, man. We'd love to see it, And who knows? Maybe we'll use it. Maybe we'll pay for the ability to use that material. Who knows? So no guarantees there, but I mean, we'd love to see what you're working on.
We should probably get an artwork channel in the Discord so people can start posting fan art, because I think that'd be cool as well.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I think one of the major hires we need to do as well is pick another illustrator to help me with the cards. And a system where I'm actually just sketching out kind of quickly what it could be, but then allow them with some reference and allow them to go to town. I mean, if we get a lot more volume of cards finished, and it's not just me doing it, I think that would be a benefit too for the NFT side as well as for the drops. Because I mean, let's face it, we're making a card game.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, somebody told me way back when I had a conversation with them the other week about, because they work for Magic the Gathering, right? So who do hundreds and hundreds of cards every month, and he was saying the idea behind a lot of card games is that rather than hiring lots of full-time staff, you could hire one person obviously to do loads of stuff, but sometimes the cheaper alternative is to pay people to do one card and then use the one card on the project. So if you found an illustrator that we liked and then just reached out to them to do just a card, then it's less contract wise to get them involved as constantly within the realm of working for us, where you could just pay them so much to do one card and then move on, and if the card was great, you could do another card. And
that's the way that the industry does it. Also, if you can cherry pick depending on your schedule which artist does what, and you get a wide variety of styles that way too. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, we could do what Star Wars did with that Star Wars Visions. We could just put out who wants to submit their version of Dr. Zammsy, or we could put out like some instructions and then see what people submit and pick the best 3 or 4.
Yeah, people talked about that, doing that the art contest way back, where they would submit stuff once a month and winners would potentially get packs as prizes, and could be something I think post Christmas. I think we could definitely look into. I mean,
absolutely.
Up to Christmas, we're kind of slammed because obviously we've got a couple of weeks left now, even 2 weeks left, and then Matt and Rolf and us will be on holiday, so there won't be a lot of time there, and we'll be busy up to then. But then, of course, after the new year, I think we could start looking into running those contests on a monthly basis and see if you guys want to submit art for it.
Let's do it.
Just to wrap things up,
I'm actually writing that down right now.
Yeah, write down.
Just to wrap things up for this week, for me, there's 3 shows coming out that I just can't wait to see. I think this Friday is The Expanse, the final season of The Expanse, which, if you haven't seen The Expanse, it's one of the best sci-fi shows out there. It's on Amazon Prime.
Heard of it.
And then on December 17th is when The Witcher Season 2 comes out on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
And then, December 29th is Book of Boba Fett, so... This month is pretty excited about everything this month.
And Matrix is coming out.
Matrix the end of the month. Yeah,
Matrix is coming out too. I think
next
week. If you guys haven't seen the second trailer, which just came out yesterday,
I saw that this morning. It's really good.
Wow, blowing my mind right now.
It comes out on Christmas Day, right? The Matrix, I think.
20 something. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can't remember when specifically, but yeah. It's the second trailer was crazy because it's bending into the theory of like how we live our life basically, and how it's like a kind of repeating loop almost. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, if you watch the trailer, you'll kind of get the gist of what I'm talking
December
about.
22nd is when it comes out in the States.
Yeah,
I know they come out different times in different countries, but in the States.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Well,
yeah, the whole principle of that is just insane. But we should probably get going. We have a meeting here in like 4 minutes. I just want to let everyone know, thanks again for keeping up with us, and we appreciate Gordon for being our headmaster on these podcasts now, and we're in good hands. And hopefully you guys just continue to follow our journey, and more great content coming extremely soon. So look out for it.
Yes, and join the Discord, Telegram, Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. You get involved, and you guys can be part of the journey also.
One last quick thing I want to mention is on our Discord now, Carol, one of our marketing on our marketing team, she's actually put this tab right at the top that will always send you a link to the latest drops. If you ever have a hard time finding that link, it's always going to be permanent and updated every single week for the latest card drop every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So check that out. All right, guys.
Take
care. We'll see you next week.
Aloha.
Bye, guys.